back to Larva Mortus.
Yeah, I'm Loomis.
And I'm Entropic Angel, and this is Failing at Gaming. Now, because you missed the conversation before we started, this game actually may be a bizarre stage show, judging with the opening screen and the guy in the top hat and the curtain. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying...
Yeah, the opening screen does have a set of curtains with a guy in a top hat introducing it. And he's an undead guy, so maybe this is a retelling in the undead... Maybe this is an undead story, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we're the villain of the piece.
Yeah, again, it goes back to referencing that famous book I was taught. Well, you know, it's the Twilight episode where the party goes, turns out the monster is you.
Turns out the undead were all perfectly happy until you came along. You're the abomination here.
It actually does make me genuinely curious how society of undead would work.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would stagnate because there's no need to change.
I think it depends a lot on the kind of undead.
Yeah. Vampires, maybe, and lichers would possibly change.
I mean, vampires would need humans as food, so that'd be worrying.
I guess they could start breeding.
Have human farms.
Yeah, you'd probably have the vampires ruling and just, you know, keeping the humans in line.
Yeah.
You let them live their life, just sort of, you know, don't. I guess vampires will sort of go armies and stuff, probably just overflow the local power structure and take their place in it and set them to benefit them.
The thing is, if they're Dracula-style vampires, like, then a civilization of those are not really sustainable, because Dracula goes through a lot of humans.
If it's like the more modern ones that can just take a bit of blood and survive.
Dracula pretty much kills a person every night.
Does he have to, or does he just enjoy it?
I don't think he has to drink that much blood, but he gets through quite a bit of it. He definitely has to drink some. Actually, we know that he could avoid drinking somebody to death, but that every person that he doesn't drink to death becomes a vampire, so he's careful about leaving people alive.
I mean, let's be honest, also Dracula, we established, he's actually an unpleasant human being. Well, like, you know, sort of an unpleasant monster of a forming human being.
I mean, supposedly, according to the book, he was supposedly a hero when he was alive.
Yeah, he was. If the historical character he's roughly based on was a hero to the Iranian people as he drove back the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Which, like a lot of historical heroes, you know, is also a bloody murderer. But
the book talks about how the more heroic you are in life, the more villainous you are as a vampire.
yeah.
Because basically a demon takes the place of your soul, so it uses your brain, has all of your willpower and determination, but none of your morals.
Alright, so that's interesting. I didn't know that Dracula that was also the life. I thought something he's made up of Buffy. It was made up of Buffy, actually.
No, vampires are sort of canonically demons.
That does make sense, actually.
That's sort of how they spread. When the vampire bites you, it basically lays eggs in your soul.
Okay, that's...
And then you slowly become a vampire.
I think Dracula again. I've read it for a while.
It's a little hard to put the lore together reading it, because it's sort of like the heroes learn it in bits and pieces, and they're not sure which bits are true.
I remember about Dracula, it was a very well structured book that could have ended about 50 pages early, because the last 50, 60 pages seemed quite drawn out and superfluous.
Yeah, it suddenly changes genre when they've figured out what all of Dracula's secrets and are chasing him down. It goes from slow burn horror story to action-y stuff.
I remember I quite enjoy the way it's structured through the stuff, through the diaries and letters. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's worth reading, I mean.
Yeah, it's definitely a good book. It's worth reading if only to be entertained by how many stories that try and take vampirism back to its roots don't actually follow the rules in Dracula.
Because he edited it as well. It's a very interesting one, man. I'm trying to think of other classic vampire stuff I should recommend. I mean, it's very roughly based on the classic web novelette. The Carmilla web series is amazing.
Yeah.
You should all look for it if you ever feel like watching. Kind of like a Buffy for the 21st century, told in 6-minute weblogs.
Okay.
Actually, really
not
good.
heard of that.
All the fight stuff obviously happened off screen because it's weblog,
Yeah.
and it's quite a decent plot and stuff as well.
I can't find this last enemy to kill. I just have to hope they don't have a key, I guess.
Let's just wait for these traps to.
Yeah, there we go.
A lot of the old Victorian horror, pre-Victorian horror, gothic stuff. Frankenstein is actually a really good read. Although, despite the common interpretation, I would still argue that the Frankenstein monster is still a monster, though he was.
He's not a nice guy. He kills a lot of innocent people.
You know, he can't help the way he is because he was created and left abandoned. But yeah, he still kills a lot of innocents.
Yeah. And it's like, not all of those are him really even lashing out or defending himself or anything like that. He kills a bunch of people out of spite.
I think it's the better message of Frankenstein. People aren't born monsters. Usually the environment and stuff can make them that way.
Yeah. Yeah, Frankenstein's definitely forced into being a monster.
But could he have chosen something different? Now that's a...
No boss fight? Just a map. Small order of knights that guarded a certain relic centuries ago. Use this holy item in my plan against the evil wizard.
I mean, are we just going to go find the Ark of the Covenant or something?
Maybe. We need a holy item that destroys evil, so that one would work.
Yeah.
Okay, the relic actually is in Greece.
Ah.
Guarded in a stronghold in southern Europe. I must continue my search.
Yes, we should. We really should go see. I'm curious what this relic is.
Anyway, I believe it's your turn.
It is, and the Stronghold of Guardians. That sounds kind of final, doesn't it? Or at least sort of important.
If the thing we're looking for is actually there, then sure.
Yeah. Bet it's not. Bet it's another map or something.
Yeah. We found one piece of the holy relic we're searching for. Right. Continue our search.
Okay.
How many pieces is this holy relic in? 45.
Ah. I guess that would be padding at this point.
Yeah. So I'm imagining that once we've destroyed this artifact, we're going to have to destroy the evil wizard as well.
Gotta admit, this game is kind of making me want to read some Victorian Gothic.
It does have a nice atmosphere for a almost storyless action game.
Yeah. I think we've made our own story here.
Yeah. That Tugon Clay is determined that his employer is a filthy undead.
Also, again, it makes one kind of want to do a weird West setting, you know, like the old Western with demons and stuff.
Yeah.
But the only one I've actually have to make one up because Deadlands is not my thing.
I like the Deadlands campaign. I know some of your criticisms are valid. Like, guns are not nearly as lethal as they need to be.
I mean, I think it was a good campaign. It's just the system didn't really do what I wanted. Oh, sorry. I'm too busy talking about tabletop role-playing games. Oh. Anyway, this perhaps when I get distracted with music about literature and gaming. I apologise.
That's kind of short. Do you want to take another go?
Yes, I do.
Maybe
I'll
do
try.
a different mission?
No, we'll do it. It's fine. I'll just try and stay focused. But now, Deadlands game, I think it's an interesting lesson on tabletop games there. You need a system to fit your vision.
Yeah.
Technically that wasn't Deadlands. I could do straight Deadlands to strip the steampunk out of it.
I've never otherwise played Deadlands, so I don't know how much you changed it.
It's a different setting for a start, because...
Well, yeah, but nobody plays the in-book setting.
No.
Come on.
You play versions of it, you know.
Yeah. You gotta design your own setting to go with the rules. If you're not gonna customize it, what's the point?
Well, to be honest, I could do actual Deadlands, but strip a lot of the steampunk out of it.
We'll check this room to the right. It's kind of off on its own.
Right, there's definitely a key and a bat monster.
Yeah.
Mother of bats. Or father of bats.
An evil crate which we have struck down.
Kind of other classic Victorian horror I need to read, or I think Dracula's one I've read, Frankenstein.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of the famous ones.
Yeah,
The problem is that everyone already knows the ending.
Yeah. I've also read, what else have I read?
Like, if you've got an e-reader, look up the Project Gutenberg thing.
Yeah.
All of you guys out there as well, that's worth looking at, because a lot of the old books that like nobody owns anymore out of copyright, there's a volunteer group at Project Gutenberg that makes them all into e-books. That's where I get a lot of my old books
Yeah,
from.
I've been getting a lot on, like, you know, e-reader that are either free or at least very cheap, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the collection of Poe to read, you know, from the Raven fame to get on with.
I don't really look at any of his other stuff with Raven's Fall, but in general I'm allergic to poetry.
I quite can like poetry sometimes. I mean, H.P. Lovecraft's not a million miles away, but I really don't want to read Lovecraft.
It's a struggle.
I love the idea of cosmic horror, but I don't want it wrapped up in, you know, explicit racism and
Yeah.
fear of seafood.
At one point I was trying to read through his entire set of stories just so that I knew what they were about, but I didn't get that far through them. They're not easy reading.
No, I mean, unless you're a crazy white supremacist bigot, then
Yeah, I think you got them all, by the way.
yeah, just wait for some health to come back.
Okay.
No, with Lovecraft's one thing, I love the idea of the cosmic horror and stuff, in theory. Although my personal philosophy is, you know, who cares if the universe is big and meaningless? That makes it more fun. You can explore, create meaning for yourself. I have a more optimistic outlook.
I think this for me was the last Lovecraft one I got up to, which is shiningly demonstrates all the problems with Lovecraft. It's this story about how this shining British street became polluted by the blood of immigrants taking over the place and being lazy, causing the buildings to rise up and strike down all these strange folk.
That doesn't... Is it bad that doesn't surprise me that that exists?
I think if you've read his other stuff, you're not too surprised he wrote something like that. That's probably the worst example of his work, but you definitely get themes of that in his other stuff.
It's interesting, and again, it drifts into role-playing, because that's what a lot of my things drift, is there's a role-playing game called Cthulhu Dark, which is a really well put together system, and the guy writing that says for Lovecraft, make your centre of cosmic horror with the centres of power, not the underclass like Lovecraft used to.
Most of these Victorian stuff are about the shining works of the upper classes. Actually, one of my favourite lines in Dracula is when they're talking about what a wonderful thing it is to have money.
Well, unfortunately, yes, but that's going to drift into...
And what's her name? The female lead? Blind.
Mina?
Yeah, that's her.
There's Lucy and Mina. Lucy gets turned into the... sorry. I missed.
want to try and do an easier mission, get some levels?
Yeah, and I'll focus.
So if we push the story missions too hard, the difficulty starts ramping up. We need to do other ones to level.
Let's go to France. I mean, everyone likes France.
Yeah, about halfway through the book, Mina has this long speech about how wonderful it is to be rich, because, you know, if she didn't have money, then she'd have no way to defend herself against these evil vampires. She'd perish like some peasant. You know. But thankfully, God has given her the money that she needs.
She can afford glass windows.
I think it's more about how her various boyfriends are going around bribing people into helping her out.
Oh yeah, because she has like 3 boyfriends for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because she's actually not a particularly nice human being, but
Oh no, to be fair, it's Lucy that has all the boyfriends.
Oh yes.
But they start hanging around with Mina after she dies and become her vampire hit squad.
slash lovers. Actually, that's kind of a cool setup. Mina's angels?
I guess. That's kind of how it works now that I think about it. Like, because she's been bitten and is like half vampire, she can't go near Dracula or she'll turn. So she sends them out on various missions and then they report back to her.
She can sense evil, and so, you know. Just smash. Yeah, but this is one of the reasons I don't like a lot of steampunk, because it's very much about upper class people and rich middle class people going around hitting poor people and funny and, you know, white people.
It was worth Victorian era sci-fi that almost always end up with the rich living in beautiful shining cities while the peasants just live in underclass factories, like literally in their work environment. And it talks about how, you know, it wouldn't be right for them to live in the cities in the shining cities because they wouldn't be happy there, you know. They weren't born for that kind of luxury.
Yeah, Victorians have some very bizarre ideas about them. I mean,
there's a bunch of H.G. Wells stuff that I read. I think War of the Worlds was basically the only decent one he wrote.
I've not read The Time Machine. I know it was based in Morlocks of the industrial underclass. At one point, H.G. I don't know. Yeah, I've not really read much.
The Time Machine's okay, but it definitely does have the same tendencies as his other work. I had this collection of short stories by him, and they all pretty much ran on the same themes.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
The one I'm thinking of had this rich couple that lost their wealth and had to go survive in the horrific underclass world of this. It was an absolutely awful sci-fi future. Like, the living conditions for everybody except the wealthiest were absolutely appalling. But they go through all this suffering, and then somebody dies and leaves them a load of money, and they get back to their rich lives, and they do absolutely nothing about the they just basically just retire from life and live off this money that they've been given in absolute luxury.
I guess
they do nothing about the poor people that they lived amongst.
I guess they wouldn't, because Victorians see poverty as a moral failing rather than a social structural issue.
Yeah, they explicitly say they're not going to help the other poor people because, you know, they were born poor, so they're happy there. They wouldn't be happy in luxury. That's their world that they were born for.
Yeah, some people wonder why I ended up politically the way I am.
It's weird to imagine a world where these kind of stories were comfortable and novel. Everything is exploding.
I was trying to get to the art thing, got killed.
Maybe we'll take a break there for now.
Yes, and think on our strategy.
We'll come back to this next time.
Yes, we will.
See you then.